Okay, so you're prepping for a costume maker interview,
That's right.
and we're diving deep into RoleCatcher's resources to help you totally nail it. We've got
Yeah.
sample questions, we've got strategic approaches, and even some insights into how RoleCatcher's AI can give you that custom-fitted edge, you
Well,
know?
having a personal stylist for your application.
But for your career. Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Are you ready to transform from a nervous applicant to a confident creator?
Let's stitch together a winning strategy.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah.
So first things first,
Okay.
what does a costume maker actually do?
It's so much more than just sewing.
Okay.
They are involved in every single aspect of bringing a costume to life.
Wow.
From construction and stitching to dyeing, adapting, and even maintaining costumes. Think of them as architects of fabric and fantasy.
I love that. Architects of fabric and fantasy.
They blend artistry and practicality to create garments that not only look stunning, but also allow performers to move freely and embody their characters fully.
That's incredible. Now let's say you're in the interview hot seat
Right.
and they hit you with this question. How did you first get interested in costume making?
Right.
How do you knock this one out of the park?
This is your chance to really share what sparked your passion for this craft. Think back to a specific moment or experience that really ignited your love for costume making.
Right.
Maybe it was a childhood play or a mesmerizing film costume or even just like a fascination with historical garments.
Oh, yeah.
And remember, they're not just looking for skills.
Right.
They're also looking for that spark, that genuine enthusiasm that makes you stand out.
I get it. So it's all about connecting with them on a personal level.
Absolutely.
Got it. Okay, so what do they follow up with? Can you tell us about a time you had to problem solve a costume issue during a production?
Ooh.
Because every production has its share of unexpected challenges, right?
Absolutely. This is where you can really showcase your adaptability and your creative thinking. Choose a story that highlights your ability to handle pressure.
Right.
Think on your feet and just find solutions.
Okay.
You know, maybe a zipper broke minutes before curtain call.
Oh, no.
Where quick change had to be re-choreographed because of a wardrobe malfunction.
Oh, geez.
Focus on how you approached the problem,
Okay.
the steps that you took to resolve it,
Uh-huh.
and then ultimately, what did you learn from the experience?
Right.
Remember, it's not about showcasing perfection.
Right.
It's about showcasing your resilience, your resourcefulness, and your ability to learn from every challenge.
That makes a lot of sense. And speaking of challenges, RoleCatcher's Career Guide for Costume Makers highlights the importance of a strong portfolio.
Yeah.
How can someone use their portfolio to really stand out?
Think of your portfolio as like your personal fashion show.
Okay.
It's your chance to showcase your unique skills and your style. So choose pieces that demonstrate your versatility and highlight your strengths.
Got it.
If you're interested in historical costuming feature projects that really showcase your attention to detail and accuracy, if you're drawn to digital design, include examples of your work with CAD software or 3D modeling.
Oh, interesting.
And don't forget to tailor your portfolio to the specific job that you're applying for.
Okay.
Highlight projects that align with the company's aesthetic and the requirements of the role.
So it's like curating a gallery exhibition of your most impressive creations.
Absolutely.
I love that. Now let's dive into another common interview question.
Okay.
How do you approach creating a costume for a character?
Right.
This one seems like it requires a deep understanding of both the character and the craft.
You hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
You need to walk them through your creative process step by step.
Okay.
How do you research the character's personality, their background, the world that they inhabit? And then how do you translate that research into design elements, fabric choices, and construction techniques? Highlight your ability to collaborate with directors and designers to achieve just like a unified vision for the production.
It's not just about sewing a pretty costume.
No.
It's about bringing a character to life.
Exactly.
Through fabric and design. I'm starting to see why this profession is so fascinating.
No, it's amazing.
Now, let's say they ask, can you describe a time you had to work within a tight budget for a production?
Right.
Because that's a reality for many productions, right?
Absolutely.
Both big and small.
Budget constraints are a common challenge in the world of costume making.
For sure.
This question is designed to assess your resourcefulness and problem-solving skills. Share an example of how you successfully navigated a budget limitation without compromising the quality of your work.
Okay.
Did you upcycle existing materials?
Right.
Or did you get creative with thrift store finds or negotiate effectively with suppliers? Focus on your ingenuity, your ability to think outside the box, and your commitment to delivering exceptional results even with limited resources.
It sounds like being a master of improvisation and resourcefulness is key in this field.
Absolutely.
And speaking of resourcefulness, RoleCatcher's AI can actually analyze job descriptions for costume maker positions.
Wow.
And help you tailor your answers to highlight the skills and experience that employers are looking for.
That's incredible.
It's like having a personal interview coach right in your pocket.
I love that.
Now let's tackle another challenging question. How do you ensure costumes are functional and comfortable for performers?
Okay.
This one seems like a delicate balancing act.
It is.
You need to be mindful of both aesthetics and functionality.
Right.
Because a costume is more than just a static piece of art.
Yes.
It needs to move, it needs to breathe,
Right.
and allow the performer to fully embody their character without restriction or discomfort.
Absolutely.
So discuss the techniques you use to achieve both comfort and functionality.
Okay.
Do you incorporate stretch panels, breathable fabrics, or adjustable closures? Highlight your understanding of movement choreography and the specific needs of performers.
Yeah.
It's like designing a second skin for the performer, one that enhances their performance rather than hinders it.
Absolutely.
And before we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Right.
I'm curious to know how RoleCatcher's AI can help someone specifically prepare for a costume maker interview.
Oh, RoleCatcher's AI can be so incredibly helpful.
Yeah.
It can analyze sample interview questions for costume maker positions and then give you feedback on your practice responses.
Wow.
It can also analyze job descriptions to help you identify the key skills and experience that employers are looking for.
So it's like having a virtual mentor
Yes.
who can guide you through the interview process
Exactly.
and help you put your best foot forward.
Absolutely. Welcome back to our deep dive into costume maker interviews. We've covered so much ground already, from understanding the role to tackling those tricky questions that really reveal your expertise.
Yeah. And of course, we've sprinkled in that how RoleCatcher can give you that extra edge in your job search. It's like having a whole team of career advisors cheering you on.
Absolutely.
But we're not done yet.
Nope.
Let's jump right back into those interview questions.
All right, let's imagine the interviewer asks you this. How do you stay up to date on trends in costume making? This is your chance to show them that you're passionate and committed to continuous learning.
Because the world of fashion and costume design is constantly evolving, right?
Exactly. You don't want to get stuck in the past.
Definitely not.
They want to see that you're actively seeking out new techniques. You're exploring new materials and keeping an eye on emerging trends.
Right.
So talk about your go-to resources. Do you subscribe to industry magazines? Do you follow influential designers on social media? Do you attend workshops or conferences?
It's about showing them that you're a lifelong learner and you're truly invested in staying ahead of the curve. I love that. And speaking of staying ahead of the curve, RoleCatcher's AI can actually analyze those industry trends for you.
Wow.
And help you identify the skills that are most in demand.
That's incredible.
It's incredibly valuable information to have when you're preparing for an interview.
Absolutely.
Now let's dive into another question. How do you manage multiple projects and deadlines? Time management is crucial in any field,
Yeah.
but especially in costume making, where you're often juggling multiple productions, fittings, and alterations.
You're absolutely right. This question is all about showcasing your organizational skills and your ability to handle pressure.
Okay.
So share your strategies for staying on top of your workload.
All right.
Do you use project management software?
Yeah.
Do you swear by a color-coded calendar? Do you have a system for prioritizing tasks and meeting deadlines?
And don't forget to mention your soft skills. Communication and collaboration are just as important as technical skills in this field.
Absolutely. Highlight how you communicate effectively with your team, how you delegate tasks when appropriate,
Right.
and how you proactively address potential bottlenecks. They're looking for someone who can not only manage their own time, but also contribute to a smooth and efficient workflow for the entire production.
Gotcha. Now let's shift gears a bit and think about this question. Can you describe a time when you had to handle a last-minute change or alteration to a costume during a production?
Ooh.
This one really tests your ability to adapt and think on your feet.
It does.
Because in the world of theater and film, things rarely go exactly as planned.
Never.
There's always a last-minute adjustment or a surprise request.
That's the reality of the job.
For sure.
So share an anecdote that highlights your flexibility and your problem-solving skills.
Okay.
Did you have to make a quick alteration right before a performance?
Oh, yeah.
Or did you have to find a creative solution to a wardrobe malfunction?
Yikes.
Focus on the steps you took to resolve the situation and the positive outcome you achieved.
It's all about showcasing your ability to stay calm under pressure and find those ingenious solutions, even when the clock is ticking.
Absolutely.
I can just imagine the interviewer nodding along, impressed by your quick thinking.
Play.
And speaking of making a good impression, RoleCatcher's AI can actually analyze your practice responses to these interview questions and give you personalized feedback on your delivery and content.
That's amazing.
Talk about a confidence booster.
Right.
Okay, let's tackle another question that often comes up in creative fields. How do you work with directors and other designers to create a cohesive production design?
Collaboration is key in costume making. You're part of a larger creative team.
Yeah,
And your work needs to harmonize with the overall vision for the production.
sure.
So share examples of how you've collaborated effectively with directors,
Okay.
set designers, lighting designers, and of course the performers themselves.
It takes a village.
It really does highlight your communication skills, your ability to listen to feedback, and your willingness to compromise to achieve the best possible outcome for the production.
It's about showing them that you're a team player
Yes.
and you understand the importance of working together to bring a shared vision to life.
Absolutely.
Now, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, let's talk about a question that can sometimes catch people off guard.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for us? This isn't just a formality.
Yeah.
It's your chance to show your genuine interest in the company and the role.
You're absolutely right. Prepare a few thoughtful questions
Okay.
that demonstrate you've done your research and you're eager to learn more.
Right.
You could ask about the company's culture, the team dynamics,
Yeah.
the specific projects you'd be working on, or even the opportunities for professional development.
It's also a chance to gather valuable information that can help you decide if this is the right fit for you.
Absolutely.
And remember, listening attentively to their answers is just as important as asking the right questions.
Yes.
You want to show them that you're engaged and genuinely interested in what they have to say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, one final thought before we move on to part 3.
Okay.
Remember to showcase your passion for the craft.
Right.
Let your enthusiasm shine through in your answers and your portfolio.
Got it.
That genuine spark is what will truly set you apart from the competition.
Because at the end of the day, it's that passion that drives you to create those incredible costumes that bring characters to life and transport audiences to another world.
Absolutely.
Stay tuned for part 3, where we'll wrap up this deep dive with some final tips and insights to help you absolutely nail that costume maker interview. All right, and we are back for the final act of our costume maker interview deep dive.
Yes.
We've explored those tough questions. We dove into the world of costume making and even uncovered how RoleCatcher's AI can be your secret weapon in the job search. Now it's time to bring it all together and equip you with the confidence and strategies that you need to make a lasting impression.
Absolutely.
Okay, I am all ears. Let's weave together these insights into a winning game plan.
Right. First and foremost, preparation is absolutely key.
Okay,
Don't just wing it.
right.
You need to research the company, the production, and the specific role you're applying for.
Got it.
Familiarize yourself with their aesthetic,
Uh-huh.
their past work, and their overall mission.
Yeah.
This shows them that you're genuinely interested and invested in the opportunity.
It's like showing up to a first date, having actually read their profile
Exactly.
and thought about some conversation starters.
Yeah.
You're not just there for any date. You're there for this date.
I love that analogy.
And speaking of preparation, practice those interview questions.
Yes.
Rehearse your answers out loud in front of a mirror or even with a friend or mentor.
Yeah.
This will help you refine your responses, identify any areas where you might stumble, and ultimately boost your confidence.
Absolutely, because nothing beats practice when it comes to feeling prepared and in control.
Now let's talk about presentation. What you wear to the interview matters.
It really does.
It's your chance to make a visual statement about who you are and what you bring to the table.
Absolutely. Choose an outfit that's both professional and reflects your personal style.
Okay.
Consider the company culture and the tone of the production.
Yeah.
You don't need to show up in a full Elizabethan gown,
Right.
but you should definitely aim for an ensemble that's both stylish and appropriate.
It's about showcasing your understanding of the world of costume
Yeah.
and demonstrating that you can dress the part.
Exactly.
Now, what about the portfolio? That seems like a crucial element for any costume maker.
Your portfolio is your visual resume. Make sure it's well organized, visually appealing, and showcases your strongest work.
Okay.
Tailor it to the specific job you're interviewing for highlighting projects that align with their aesthetic and needs.
All right.
Think of it as a curated exhibition of your most impressive creations.
It's like saying, this is who I am as a costume maker. These are my skills, my passions, and my creative vision.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about something that's not always easy to master.
Okay.
Confidence. How can someone project confidence even if they're feeling a little nervous?
Confidence comes from preparation and self-belief.
Okay.
Remind yourself of your accomplishments, your skills, and your unique talents. Visualize yourself succeeding in the interview. Focus on your strengths. And don't be afraid to let your passion shine through. Remember, they invited you for an interview because they see potential in you.
It's about silencing that inner critic and embracing the fact that you deserve to be there.
Absolutely.
And speaking of deserving to be there, RoleCatcher's AI can actually analyze your resume and portfolio.
Wow.
To help you identify your strongest selling points and tailor your presentation to highlight those strengths.
That's incredible.
It's like having a personal branding expert in your corner.
Right.
And remember, every interview is a learning experience, even if you don't get the job.
Right.
You'll gain valuable insights that will help you grow and improve for future opportunities.
Absolutely. It's about embracing the journey, not just fixating on the destination.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one key takeaway you want to leave our listeners with?
Be authentic, be prepared, and be confident. Showcase your passion for the craft, your unique skills, and your willingness to learn and grow. The world of costume making is full of exciting possibilities. Go out there and make those possibilities a reality.
I love that. And remember, you're not just creating costumes.
No.
You're creating magic.
Yeah.
You're breathing life into characters, transporting audiences to other worlds, and making stories come alive through the art of costume. So go out there and make something amazing, both in your work and in your career journey. And if you're looking for that extra edge, don't forget to check out RoleCatcher's incredible AI-powered resources. Until next time, happy creating.